Have you ever made a mistake and kept punishing yourself? And you say you have moved on, but every time you think about it, you criticize yourself all over again. And when you talk about self growth, we often think I need to do more, I need to become better, I need to keep pushing myself constantly. But does growth always mean pushing yourself? What if sometimes growth means slowing down, taking your own time, accepting, yes, you need to take some time to rest, maybe accepting where you are and forgiving yourself for what you didn't know back then, and simply saying, I'm learning and I have the space to grow. Today's conversation goes around this, how self love and reflects your self growth, or maybe whether constantly pushing yourself is as important as we think, or is it okay to accept where we are and bring something new to our growth journey. Hi, pretty girl Priyanka. Welcome to this journey of self love. It's not being selfish. I'm so happy to see you here. And I'm so excited to talk to you about the self love, the journey, and how this journey took turns and shifts in our life. Yeah, welcome.
Yes, thank you so much, Samridhi, and I am happy to be here. And thank you for having me. And I'm excited for the conversations we are going to have.
Same here. So I'll leave it to you to start. Like, when we, as you know, the whole series that, we are doing, it's about to share our experience, how self-love, it's not equal to being selfish, because, a lot of times we heard it from our elders and a lot of people around, don't think about yourself, then you become selfish. So if you want to be selfless, prioritize others, think about others, help them. Prioritizing or considering others, it's okay, but in this journey the whole idea is we should not lose ourselves, because it will not help us to love others or care others unconditionally, or even without expectation. So uh, how do you want to start it? Like, what comes to your mind when you think about self love, or when people think about self love, it's actually being selfish?
See, as you rightly said, like while people are getting raised, they are told by the society, by the elders, that being thinking about yourself is being selfish. So we learn it very early in our life that thinking about ourselves is being selfish. So that is a deep conditioning which happens in most of the households, right? So, and it will surprise you. Like when I take sessions and when I ask people, do you love yourself? They start thinking.
Right.
They're like, what kind of question is this? Because people never even think that, there should be some love for themselves too. They think about their, spouse, their parents, their kids. At work also, they are concerned about other people. But they never ever take time for themselves, that they need their own love too. So this is something which people need to get aware. Like people are not aware about this, and some people lie also. Huh? If you ask them, do you love yourself? Yeah, 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 I love myself so much. Okay, what do you do to yourself? Like, do you look into the mirror? Do you dress up well? What do you do for yourself? They don't do anything for themselves. And these days, because of this self love, people not feeling love for themselves, they feel lonely. Most
Exactly.
of the people who come to me, even if they are living with 10 people, they feel lonely. Being alone and feeling lonely are two completely different things. People are too lonely these days because they are not connected with themselves. They don't love themselves. So, what we need today more is actually our own love and feeling connected with our own self.
So yeah, you mentioned very beautiful point there. Being alone is different, and you feel alone is different. A lot of time,
Yes.
when people say, "I love my privacy, I need my space," people say that, okay, how can you be so alone? I mean, you're not meeting people, or you don't get along with the people. But they don't understand, just if you're choosing the solitude or privacy doesn't mean being alone. But there are people where they are with the people, like hundreds of people, or in joint family, or even like they have many friends, but still they feel that loneliness, when they want to talk to somebody. They might feel, okay, nobody will understand my thing, and it's all about the mindset. So just to talk about, to make people, make it easier for their understanding, would you like to share any examples or anything, because as you mentioned, a lot of people, they don't even know I'm being alone, or maybe I'm feeling that loneliness, because we see all the movies, and we'll see all the serials, and we think, okay, there is a breakup, then I'm alone. If nobody is understanding, then I'm alone. But what exactly the loneliness means, and what exactly having that privacy, or no, so space means?
Yes. So alone means I stay alone. That is being alone. Means somebody is staying alone, but being alone doesn't mean I'm lonely. No. Right? Feeling lonely means I am not feeling connected with anything. I don't feel connected with myself. I don't feel connected to anything else. So the people who actually feel lonely are disconnected from everything else. And that loneliness actually eats them. Means a person can be staying with wife, parents, kids, still they feel like they can't share anything with anybody. Means people come to me for sessions or coaching sessions, right? They don't tell their spouses that they are taking sessions. Means even their spouses do not know about their problems. And sometimes people think, okay, I want to be alone. I don't want other people. This is the second part of being alone. Sometimes people become alone, as you said. I want solitude. I want to be alone. But sometimes people are not loving that company of themselves. Means they are not loving that solitude. They're calling it solitude, but that is not solitude. Solitude is you are enjoying yourself. You love your own company. You are not doing it for somebody else or to show somebody else that, I can stay by myself. Or, you be away from me, you be away from me, or you're not, betraying people. You're not taking on your responsibilities.
Okay.
Is you're running away from your responsibilities. That should not be the case.
Like, we are just into blaming games. There's a fear that the moment I start loving myself or taking responsibility, then I have to take that responsible for being good, being bad, being successful, being not successful, with the definitions of the society. But
Yes,
the
means
moment, yes.
yes. Means being alone doesn't mean that you don't want to take on to your responsibilities. You want to run away from your responsibilities of being a kid, for example, from your parental responsibilities. So sometimes people do this to run away from their responsibilities, from their actual work. So that is also a problem. So actually understanding that loving yourself means not leaving everybody else. It is like being with people, feeling connected to yourself first, then only you can feel connected with other people. Because everything is within us, good, bad, ugly, right? So everything is inside us. So if you are feeling good, it is inside us. If we are feeling bad, it is inside us. So we need to be connected with ourselves first. We need to really start loving ourselves. That means start appreciating yourself. Like the way we talk to ourselves, we will not even talk to the enemies of us. Like the most
Exactly.
hated person in your life, you will not talk to them the way you actually talk to yourself. We criticize ourselves the most, we judge ourselves the most. So, where is love when we are constantly criticizing ourselves, judging ourselves? There is no love. So first of all, the self-talk we do with ourselves needs to change. How do we talk to our sibling or our best friend? Even if something goes wrong in their life, we are like, it's okay. हो गया ना, कोई बात नहीं. But do we do the same thing with ourselves? Oh, how dare you? You could have done it right. Why did you do this? Why did you say this? We judge ourselves so much. We criticize ourselves so much. So the reason we are not able to love ourselves is we criticize ourselves so much and we judge ourselves so much. We are our harshest critic.
That's true. That's true. I think we are in the zone of the cycle where, we become uh, the most worst critic for ourselves, or the judgment of ourselves, that, we don't allow ourselves to fall and wake up again and learn and move on. We become that perfectionism zone where, okay, I cannot
Yes.
do something imperfect. I have to do everything so perfect. Everything should be right. I need to always in the top, or I should be the best always, or I need to be successful. It's good to think about, think in that way. But when things doesn't go in our way, it's okay to pamper ourselves as well, and see that in a way where, okay, this is just a learning for me. Let me learn, fall, and wake up and move on. But we are not allowing ourselves to it. And also, I think the parenting that we are talking about, even the parents or the elders, uh, they also play a very important role, because a lot of time parents, they don't allow their children to learn the things by their own. Just like while there is a kid and the kid is learning to walk, you allow them to walk even if they fall on. You're like, okay, it's okay, you enjoy that moment. But the moment they grow up, and when it's come to the career, or when they want to do something in their life, basically they're so afraid to allow them, because they think, okay, this might not be the right for my son or for my daughter. Or they come up with the society's rules and regulations of, okay, you just have to be do only this, or just focus on only one thing. Don't try new things. And what if you fail? What if something you don't succeed, right? So somewhere this kind of wiring also affected our mind, and we have created that, maybe the fear, or maybe it's like, I was just watching this one of the video where there is a huge bird. It's like, I think I just forgot the name. So they kept the bird in the bone like for years and years, and suddenly they made that free, but the bird doesn't know how to fly. Like, even if that came out of the, like, that cage, but it
Yes.
doesn't know how to fly. So I think we just got into those mindset of, we just don't know how to treat ourselves better, but we're expecting somebody else to treat ourselves better. Like we don't see in the mirror and say, you're looking good, you're beautiful, I love you, but we expect somebody to like our photo and comment, yes, you're looking stunning. So we just wait for it. I think this is the wiring that we have to work on. So Priyanka, this is for you, the next question, because you were mentioning about your life coaching journey and everything. So we would love to know about your journey. Before you start this life coachings and all, was there any time where you knew that what I want to do, but you were afraid to go with it?
It happened naturally actually with me. So since childhood, I was very curious, like how does our mind work? Why in the same situation, different people, react differently. So I was always very curious and I actually wanted to study psychology. But my father is an engineer, so for him it was like, no, my daughter cannot study art. So I did not know actually that psychology is an art subject. So I was not allowed. So it was like, yeah, I became an engineer. I worked in IT for years. And in 2022, 23, I went through a severe dental issue, which actually made me realize that, when you're mentally not feeling good, you're emotionally not good, even the bestest of the best things cannot make you feel good. I had an amazing home, like, amazing job. I was working in Accenture and I was having amazing package. So everything was amazing. Like if you would have asked me back then, are you living your dream life? I would have said yes. Because that amazing my life was. But this one thing happened and I was not able to sleep. Like if I sleep from this side, this would pain. If I sleep from this side will pain. So it was a painful 7, 8 months. So then I started questioning everything in office also. Like people chase jobs, right? But then once they get job, they start complaining about the boss, the Mondays. Yeah. People want to get married, then they start complaining about the marriage, the spouse, they don't appreciate the partner. People want to have home, car, then they crib about the EMIs. Right? So it's like we are chasing something, some or the other thing, but we are never happy with what we are getting. So
Very true.
then my actual plan was to leave this job. So why do we do job? We want to get paid and we work for somebody else. So the actual idea of leaving job was I'll work on myself for myself and I'll pay myself for that.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So when I left, like I saved for myself and then I left IT. And before even leaving, when I was on notice period only, I got introduced to life coaching, NLP. Then my journey started in 2023. I started learning from multiple coaches, multiple mentors. And then now here I am. I have worked with more than 200 people now. And it really feels amazing. Like I am a medium for their life transformation. Like people come with anxiety, with fears, not having good relations, feeling lonely, right? But then in few months they fall in love with themselves, they evolve as a better version of themselves. So yeah, I think it just naturally happened. I never planned for becoming a life coach, but I think it was going to happen. It happened.
I think it's
And
a
I'm
life.
actually grateful for it.
Yeah, it's a divine plan, probably. Where you can, as you mentioned, you can be the medium for a lot of people to change their life and transform their life. So that's
Yes.
really amazing. So because you mentioned, you just you're in touch with 200 plus people, and you're helping them to transform their life, which is really good. So what is the most common reason people give you for not taking action?
But not taking so many excuses. So many, I'll tell you. One of my friends only, some days back, we were talking about starting something. Okay. So it was 29th July, right? So she was like, I'll start from first. I
Okay.
started the same day and she said, it's 29th. No. So I'll start from first. So it will be easy for us to track the date. Like we had decided to do it for 28 days. So she was like, calculating 28 days would be easy. I was like, seriously? This is your excuse? See, and people find it very convenient to, make this kind of excuse. They don't want to take action, so they find excuses of not doing that. This is first thing. Second thing, people don't see instant reward. See, we live in this world of instant gratification. So if something we are not getting instantly, people take membership of gyms, right? But they don't go to the gym. They'll go 1 or 2 day or maybe a week, then they don't go. Because it is not something you see instantly. You have to go to the gym for months and then you see the difference. But when you're scrolling the Instagram, you're instantly getting that dopamine, right?
True,
So
very
it's
true.
like that gratification is not there. And second thing, sometimes those things are not aligned with our values. See, if I value health, no matter what, I'll take out time and exercise. So today morning I could not go to the gym because it was raining. So I'll go in the evening. So it is about what a person values also. If I don't value something, I will not do it, right? And the most important thing for avoiding the action is we don't avoid the action. We actually avoid the feeling we are going to get from that action. Means, for example, if I don't want to go to the gym, is that going to the gym and exercising makes me not go to the gym? What do you think?
I think something beyond it.
Yes, I don't like that feeling of going into the gym, exercising, and feeling tired, feeling exhausted. So we never actually avoid the action. We actually avoid the feeling we are going to get from that action. See,
Hmm.
sometimes we avoid some people. We don't want to meet some people. We don't want to go to a certain function or event. Why? Because we don't like the feeling we get in that event.
Okay. Yeah,
So
now that
whenever
makes sense.
somebody, yes, so whenever anybody is avoiding any action, any person, it is never actually about the situation or action or the person. It is always about the feeling we are avoiding, which we get from those things.
So yes, Priyanka, as you mentioned, it's about the feeling of what people don't want to feel. So maybe that's the reason they're not taking action. But generally, like we think because even through my experiences, either it is a instant gratification, as you mentioned. We don't have the patience, especially with their health. People need changes, all the shortcuts. I want to lose weight within this month, within this week, and they
That
don't
is
have
why
patience.
Olympic is there, right?
Yeah. Exactly. So one could be the patience, and other could be a kind of maybe the fear or whatever it is. But you mentioned very unique point. People don't want to feel the way they want to feel. That's why they avoid. If you could just explain or elaborate on the same.
Yeah, it's a very simple thing. See, if I am going to meet somebody, okay, first of all, whenever you enter a room, you would have felt sometimes you feel amazing talking to somebody or entering in a room. And sometimes the moment you enter, for example, somebody's house, the moment you enter to somebody's house or you talk to them, you feel like, I don't want to talk to that person.
Hmm.
So it is what? It is our energy. And how is that energy created? With our own feelings. So if I'm talking to somebody and I'm not feeling good, I don't want to talk to that person. It can be related to the conversation we are having, or maybe the past history I have with that person. So that is why I'm getting those feelings. But if I'm avoiding somebody, it is the feeling I'm getting ultimately from that person, or from that situation, or from that action.
Okay.
Because that is what makes us do something or don't do something.
So, how do we connect this to the gym? Let's say gym example. How do people think? Because a lot of might have got this question. Uh, if I'm losing weight, obviously I'll feel good. But why am avoiding go to the gym or going to the gym or doing workouts?
Yes. So the first question is, what do you feel when you do the workout? For some people, it is the tiredness. For some people, it is the shyness also sometimes. Because I go to the gym, I have heard people saying that, it feels awkward because I don't know the exercises. People look so good in the gym because they compare themselves with the other people and they feel low, right? They feel low confident because they see other people are looking good, their bodies are good, they are working out really well. So the first question is finding out what is the problem. What are they actually avoiding? And once you know what are they avoiding, then you can work on that. And it can be different for different people. Like for somebody, it can be this thing that, other people are good looking, they are doing the exercise, their bodies are fit. I am too fat, I am too overweight. Or for somebody, it is like, it is too much of work. I don't want to put on that, but like, I don't want to work with the dumbbells, or I don't want to run on that treadmill. So, what is the problem? Is the first thing. Second thing, okay, what are you avoiding? Then, when we get to know the actual reason for a particular person, then we can work on that.
This is really interesting because me being health coach, probably I never thought in this way when a lot of people come to me and say, I'm doing everything good, but still I don't know what is stopping me. I think this is something could help my clients as well. Thank you for that.
Yes, and even not only gym, if we are talking about health, it is also about the food. Like, with
Right.
which emotion are you cooking the food? Like, whenever I hire a cook or a house help for my, cooking, I actually see that how is she cooking the food, like with which emotion she is cooking the food. because that also impacts the food and then it impacts us.
It's
And with which feeling are you eating the food? Like on weekend, I went to a restaurant nearby with a lady in my same society. So she's an overweight person. So we actually ordered puri. It was a big jammu puri. Some platter was there. So she was like, I'll not eat it. I'll not eat it. So I was like, you have come out after a long time. Eat it with whole heart. It will not harm you as much as the feeling you are having while eating it will harm you.
very true.
So, yes, we should be conscious of whatever we are eating. But the point is, sometimes if you're eating something which you think is not very good for your health, but with which emotion are you eating it? Are you eating with it with a lot of guilt? Or you're eating it with, gratitude? Okay, I'm getting to eat this. There are so many people out there who could not even get into that restaurant or get that, puri or sabzi or whatever it is. So, with which feeling are you eating that food also matters. So, that is again emotion. With what emotion are you eating that food also impacts our body. These days, most of the problems people have in their body mostly is psychosomatic, means it is uh, from mind, it is going to their body.
Right.
Mostly it is through our thoughts and emotions.
Nice. So basically, it's all about something similar, or it's the same as like the energy transformation. When either it is the food, either while you're cooking or eating. I think we also had this practice of doing prayer before when we sit for the kind of meal, or showing that gratitude, so that we are passing the good energy and
Yes, and yes, one more thing I remembered. Our mothers or grandmothers used to say, right, when you're making prasad, right, while
yes.
festivals are going on, they say, do naam jap, you know, take God's name while you are making the prasad. Why do they say that? So that you don't think of different random negative things. Because see, if you're taking any God's name or you're saying Ram, Ram or anything, Om, whatever. So if you're constantly taking some names from your mouth, you won't have random negative thoughts in your mind, or you will there will be no negative emotions mostly. So that is why there were some rituals also, so that while cooking prasadam or while making prasadam, you are in that good feeling, good emotions. Yeah, or people will do kirtan, side by side kirtan and all will be going on, and then you're making the prasadam, you're doing all the other rituals around that time. So that is actually to keep us in that emotion. That is why we go to the temple. We feel that peace. Why do people say, when somebody is so chaotic and so going through a bad phase, we tell them to go to a temple or Gurudwara or whatever, like such sacred place? Because that place has some energy, and the moment we enter it, we feel that in ourselves.
So I think that's the reason where even if it is the same dish, the same curd rice, same puliyogre, it
Yes.
is different when we go to the temple and have it.
Yes,
Even
because
yeah,
the emotion is different. When they make it, the emotion is completely different.
and there are a lot of times I told my mom when she's doing puja, like let's say she's doing certain vrat and some pujas, the same dish tastes differently, and she cooked that same in different other day, and I'll ask her, are you okay? Like what's happened? And she's like, why? What? Like nothing. I'm good. And I'm like, nah, 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 nah. Something is there because the way you cooked, it's different. And I think that brings a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense, and the kind of energies that we are talking about, just to connect it with what we are talking about, self love, the way, if it is can actually make that huge change in the food, we have to think about what kind of energy that we are giving to ourselves, because constantly if we are giving negative energy to ourselves, you're just looking into the mirror and you're spotting all the negatives. I mean, we'll have like hundreds of positive, but we still want to see that one point of negativity. I think that makes us more demotivating, because a lot of people come and say, uh, you know what, I don't have the motivation to go to gym or do something, take care of my health. What do you mean by you don't have motivation to take care of your own
And the
body?
point is, we will not have motivation every day. The
Yes.
point is being consistent. See, I am a very consistent person, but sometimes, as I told you, in the morning I did not go, but I make a point that I go in the evening. Maybe not for an hour, but maybe for half an hour, for 15 minutes. So the point is, you will not be motivated every day. You will not have the same energy every day, but show up anyway. Go to the gym, even for 10 minutes. It's okay. You don't have to do exercise for an hour every day. Sometimes you don't feel like going, you don't have that energy. Just show up for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour. And that is what I follow. I do gymming. I love exercising. So sometimes I'm like 1.5 hours also I am in the gym. But sometimes when I'm not feeling good, I'm like half an hour. I'll go just for half an hour. And sometimes that half an hour leads to 1.5 hours. That is a different story. But the point is show up anyway. Tell yourself, I'll go for just 5 minutes. Go for 5 minutes. Come back if you want, or continue if you want. Your wish. But show up.
Yeah, so just to continue with that show up part, a lot of times we have seen our mothers or women in the home, uh, no matter even if their health is not good, they still wake up and do cooking for the whole family. When it's come to like taking care of the children or taking care of the other people, with a man also, like when he wants to take care of the family, they show up no matter what, whether it is a good day, bad day, or even if it is like you're in good mood, bad mood. But the moment it comes to taking care of yourself, your health, then it's like slightly change in the mood or change in kind of laziness. Now I'll cook later, or maybe I'll just eat whatever it is there, or maybe I'll do the things later. It's okay. But we don't do the same thing with our children, or maybe with the parents or anybody in the home, because you love them. So the answer is like, I love them so much that no matter what is happening with me, I still take care of them. So the same love we are not giving to ourselves. That's why we come up with the reasons like, kal se karte, like I'll do it from tomorrow. Maybe I'll start it from first, or maybe I'll wait for that new year resolution to take care of my health. So everything comes down to the root that, we think, okay, I'm loving myself enough, but it's a time to cross check whether are you really loving, or you're just, portraying that, yes, I love myself a lot. So, yeah, just moving forward.
No, before this, actually, this problem occurs. The most glorified reason is sacrifice is glorified. She's a mother, right? She's not well. Still, she cooks for me.
Hmm.
Means people feel pride in saying this. You are healthy, you are fine. You could cook for your mom. But you are glorifying your mom's sacrifice while she's sick, she's cooking. So, see, sometimes these conditioning are the reason for we being inhuman. See, this is such an inhuman statement that my mom is such a great person that even when she's sick, she's cooking. You are fine, you are not cooking, you are letting her cook even when she is sick. What kind of mindset is this? And the mother has learned the same thing. Even when I'm sick, I need to cook. Because, my husband will think that I'm not a good wife. My kids will think I'm not a good mother. So, see, this is again external validation. We see it as loving others, but that is just a cover. Beneath that, if you see, it is validation from other people. We don't love ourselves enough, so we want other people to love us. And how will other people love us? When we do a lot of things for them. Even when we are sick, we are doing things for them. Even when we can't walk, we are actually going out and bringing things for them.
Hmm.
So this is actually, you want appreciation from others because you're not appreciating yourself. You want love from others because you're not loving yourself. You want others to care for you and you're not caring for yourself. See, if you only don't love yourself, why would anybody else love you? If you don't only care for yourself, why would anybody else care for you? It is like, I give this example to my coaches, that it's like you have a baby, right? You don't love your baby. ठीक है? You love the padosi ka baby, like neighbor's baby, right? You don't love your baby, you love neighbor's baby. Now when people come and say that your kid is not good, your kid is not taken care of, or they say some bad things to your kid, now you're feeling bad. Why are you feeling bad? You don't only love your kid. Why would anybody else come and love your kid? Understanding. We are complaining about our kid. We are not loving our kid, and we want other people to come and love our kid. Same we are doing to ourselves. We don't love ourselves, and we want other people to come and love ourselves. And those are the people who complain the most. If you would go to such mothers, they complain later in their lifetime that their kids are not doing enough for them.
Very
They
true.
will not do because you never taught them. You taught them that you are the sacrifice goddess and you will only do everything for them. So the right upbringing is very important. The right conditioning is also very important.
This makes much more sense because a lot of times we think it's mother's responsibility or women in the home, her responsibility to do everything, and rest we don't feel like doing anything because either we are not told or maybe nobody allowed us, or maybe sometimes I think even the women or the mothers, they should allow the other people in the home to do the things, and when they're doing, I think even in the last, when I was talking with Nidhi or maybe Diksha, we were talking about it. When somebody is doing something, let's say a husband or parents or even children, if they're doing something in the kitchen or household work, don't come and say that thanks for helping, because it is not helping. It is their home too,
Yes.
right? So if
Their work too. Yes.
exactly. So if they're
Yes.
doing their homework, you don't have to say thanks for helping me, because a lot of times what happens, this condition the people saying, okay, this is not my work, I'm just helping my mom. This is not
Yes.
my work, but I'm just helping my wife or like daughter-in-law. But it doesn't, that's not the truth. If we are staying in the same place, if this home, the same home belongs to the other person also, as much as like it belongs to you, and even the responsibilities as well. So I
Yes.
think we just have to rephrase certain words, and the kind of we treat the family members. We're not saying don't say sorry and thank you, but don't make it like they are doing your
Yes.
work and they are doing something mahan for
Yes.
you.
And you rightly said these small things only shape us.
Right.
Even parents do not realize that what they are making their kids understand. Like your example was like on point. Like they unconsciously say thank you for the kid for helping, but they don't realize that unconsciously they are making the kid understand that it is not their work.
Exactly.
Also, to the point which you said earlier, the perfectionist thing, that also comes through conditioning, through our upbringing. Knowingly, unknowingly, consciously, unconsciously, our parents always tell, you should get 100 out of 100. Even if the kid is getting 90, 95, they are like, Sharma ji ka ladka, as
Yeah.
example, right?
What
The
happened to
neighbor's
one
kid,
too
yeah,
much?
the neighbor's kid got 98. Neighbor's kid got 100 out of 100. They were not appreciated for whatever they got, for the hard work they put in. So they start, so it is again a fear of failure. What if I fail? What if I get less than other people? So,
While Priyanka, I want to interrupt you here just
yes,
for the thing, because while we are discussing these kind of topics, right, these are very sensitive, and a lot of people come and say like okay, these were all the old things, like it was there in one time point of time, but now it is not there. But what do you think? Do you really think? I know, of course, things have changed a lot, but what I feel is because maybe people are seeing the only the metro cities or kind of. The great one or part, and they say okay, it is not there right now, people have changed, generation changed. But if you go to the deeper root level where we talk about villages or the small towns, because I belong there, I still see the same pattern, same kind of mindset, same kind of whatever we are discussing. So what do you what do you feel, it is still there, or it is just people are assuming it is still there and it's not the reality?
see, the thing is, the tool can be different. People were spoiling their kids differently back then. Now they are spoiling them in a very different way. So in some or the other way, parents are spoiling their kids. So earlier it was like, why didn't you get this? Why didn't you get that? These days, the parents are like, their kids are going to the swimming class also, piano class also, guitar class also. They are going to the dance class also. See, the problems are going to be there, but different. So now they want their kid to be all rounder. Their kid should know everything, should be a champion in everything, right? And now kids they cannot sit alone for 5 minutes. They start getting bored. I was shocked. One of my like old neighbor, I meet them when I go home. So I met her kid after almost an year or so. So he was sitting for 5 minutes. He sat and he was like, "I'm getting bored." He's a 10-year-old kid and he was getting bored. I was like, I knew what word is when I was like 10-year-old or 12-year-old. I don't know.
Exactly.
Did we know this word? We didn't
Not
even know
at
this
all.
word. Bored, anxiety. Anxiety I got introduced few years back. I did not even know this word. People ask me, you left IT because of anxiety, burnout. I was like, I did not even
Anxiety,
know these words.
depression,
I did not
OCD.
even know. I
Yeah,
did not even know these words when I was in IT. I loved working in IT. And I had amazing team, amazing managers. So people start relating things. Even kids today knows these words. Depression, anxiety, boredom. So the point is, as you said, in villages maybe or small towns or metro cities does not matter.
right.
People are getting different kind of conditioning, and in some or the other way it does impact us.
So ultimately, it's the mindset that, what kind of the training that we are giving to the mind and the people. And before anybody think otherwise, I would like to, give you one clarity here. When we are talking about depression, anxiety, or even like OCD kind of terms, we are not saying it is not there. Of course, while we
Yes,
are
of course.
growing up, it is there. But what we meant is we started kind of taking advantage of these kind of words,
Okay, wait. I just want to
yeah.
mention one thing. I'm sorry to cut you here. But the point is, the moment you start saying these words, even the smallest of the smallest thing become big. See, somebody said something to me that, you know, you don't look good, for example. And now this small sentence started becoming bigger, 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 bigger. Now I'm depressed. Why? Because somebody said you don't look good. So it's not the statement, it's the amount of energy I put in into thinking the same statement again and again, again and again. And then I made it big. Now I'm in depression. The more I tell myself now I'm into depression, I'm into depression, the bigger it becomes. So, yes, everything is real. Last year, I worked with a company. I worked with more than 150 people there who were actually suffering from anxiety. So, anxiety is real. People go to hospitals, get their tests done every month. They spend money like anything on reports. So, everything is real. But the point is, how does it start? See, kids these
Exactly.
days are so depressed. Kids have had never been this depressed. So the point is sometimes we create problem from nowhere. Like there is no problem, but just because we start saying that there is a problem, there is a problem, there is a problem, now there is a problem.
Exactly.
So all these things, yes, they are all real, but the point is it really coming from a place of something that has happened, or we are just creating it, and then we are crying that okay, I have this problem, I have that problem.
True.
Because
Just
I
to
have also gone through it and I understand. But the point is, understanding of it is very important.
Very
Yes.
true, very true. So just to simplify this, nowadays there is a very famous or popular word like the OCD part. But if you actually see the medical term, having that the part of being more conscious about the basic hygiene and the OCD is entirely like drastically different. But because of social media and a lot of people started using it, even for small basic hygienic thing, people think, oh my God, I have OCD because I'm too hygienic. I have my a friend. She is a psychologist, and I asked her, dude, you know what? Wherever I go, I look for the basic hygiene. Do you think I really have OCD? And she's like, no, 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 you're far away for that, so don't worry about all these things. So we started taking a medical term so the granted that even for the small kind of stress or emotional like deprived, we started giving the name of depression or anxiety. So first understand what exactly it means. Of course, there are people who are having this in deeper state. They definitely need the help. They are taking it, which is good. But if you're having the basics kinds of emotional roller coaster, don't try to give the name of
Yes.
another depression or anxiety, where you can actually work on it and come out of that like this, but you're making it
Yes.
deeper, deeper, and deeper by just digging into it, what exactly it's not exist. So that's what we meant. So yeah, Priyanka, just to talk about the self growth. I know a lot of times we were talking about some people push themselves to the end, like a lot of times, keeping that I have to grow and all of it, which is good. But do you think the self growth only comes when you push ourselves completely, or sometimes is it okay to slow down? Because as you're mentioning, like the kid who was just 5 minutes, 10 minutes, they say, I'm just bored, and a lot of people think, if I'm not
For
doing
sure.
anything, then oh my god, my life is waste, so I'm not growing. So they don't understand it is okay to slow down. Sometimes it is okay to take your time. So what's your take on this? Is self growth really mean that you're just continuously running without any the time for yourself, or is it okay to slow down sometime?
See, it again depends who is at which stage in their life. For some people, they need to speed up because they're already too slow. They're not taking enough actions. But for some people, they have been running, and they're exhausted. So they really need to slow down. Not even slow down. I think they should take rest.
Yeah.
So I remember 3 months back almost. She is completing 3 months to be this week. So she came to me with a lot of problems in her relationship and business. So she had some great businesses going on, which all collapsed, and because of her, some relationship problems as well. So she's somebody who loves working. So even when I told her that you say the statement that I'm comfortable doing nothing, you won't believe, Samriddhi, it was so difficult for her to even say this statement. She was
Hmm.
literally crying that I'm done, I'm over, there is nothing left in my life. Why? Because she was not working. Everything has collapsed. So sometimes people don't allow themselves to even rest because they think if I'm not professionally doing well or if I'm not working, when it can be related to job or business, anything, so they feel they are over. Like there is nothing left in their life. But that is not the case. I made her learn being comfortable doing nothing. And today, after 3 months, she has started working. She has got a lot of clients. Actually, within a month only, she had started working. And she was super happy. And even her husband was very happy. So the point is, we never learn these skills. And when I say this, I'm saying this for myself also. I also did not know. Some years back, I used to get irritated because of the constant pain. I was irritated, angry for nothing. I i could order anything. I could make my house help cook anything for me, but I was not liking any of those things. That's when I realized, what is it? What do we really want? Do we really want great package, great home, great car? What do we really want? So it comes down to emotions. What are you feeling right now? See, we ask people, how are you? And people vaguely say, yeah, I'm fine. Do
Yeah.
we ever ask anybody, how are you feeling? Are you happy in your life? Are you sad? What is going on in your life? We never ask this. That is why everybody is unhappy. No, like people have virtual connections on Instagram, Facebook, but they don't have one real connection to whom they can actually go and talk about themselves, about their insecurities, about their vulnerabilities, or about their you know, about themselves, what they're actually feeling. So that is why we are becoming, more lonely.
That's true. That's true. I mean, this makes much sense. And also, we are talking about slowing down or taking time for themselves. Do you think a lot of times it comes because of judgment, or maybe because of the comparison where everybody is succeeding, I'm the one who is left, or maybe what people will think, what people will say. uh, right, so what do you want to tell people, like if they are constantly struggling with this constant comparison, comparing themselves to others, and thinking about judgment, what people will say, how they can tackle this? Because I was just reading this one particular thing. We are the part of nature. We are the part of all the like divine creature. If we see apart from the human, all the creatures, be it bird or like animals, nature, it has its own time. If it is summer, then it's like rebuilding. Whole nature is rebuilding itself, but it never says. It never crib about it, or even the animals for that matter. Uh, they're not running behind anything, but it's only the human who is running behind a lot of things, dealing with this comparison. Come on, the cheetah will not look into the tiger and say, "Oh my God, why I'm not looking like tiger?" Or maybe the peacock will not look into the parrot and say, "Why I'm not parrot?" They're enjoying their own life. But why
Yes.
it's so difficult for human? We were constantly in that battle of comparing ourselves, especially for women, like when it's come to the physical features, and constant judgment about even the small things. It is there for everybody in terms of their personal life, professional life. So how one can actually deal with it, or what they can do so that they can overcome all this, the cycle.
Deep in one statement, I have to say this. I will say, be comfortable with yourself. People are not comfortable with themselves. They want other people's life.
Hmm.
And when we say we want other people's life, they only see the glorious part of it. They do not see the hard work part of it. See, if somebody is making, a crore a month, he is doing a lot of things which this person is not doing. Or we look at celebrities. I have seen people, they are looking at celebrities and they are saying, see what body she has or he has. Look at their routine. How much time do they spend in the gym or in the yoga center, or how much do they exercise? What do they eat throughout the day? They do not eat like you.
Very true.
So the point is, people are not comfortable with themselves. They are not comfortable with their own journey. See, everybody has their own path, own journey. When you are comparing yourself with somebody, you don't know from where they are coming or what all things they have done to reach where they have reached today. So the first thing is be comfortable with who you are and be comfortable with wherever you are. People are practicing fear all the time. What if I'm behind? What if I'm not getting enough? What if they are ahead of me? What if they are enjoying a life I'm not enjoying? Like this FOMO. Why is this FOMO word created? People have fear of everything. So the first thing is be present. Wherever you are, live that present moment, because this is the only window we live in. See, the moment we are speaking, it is becoming past, right? I'm speaking in the present moment. This is the only window which is present and we are talking. The moment I'm done talking, it is past. And the words which perhaps may be coming, it is in future. So the only place we live in is this bleak window, present. So I'll say that be present more and be comfortable with whoever you are, wherever you are in your life.
I think the fine example is, looking into the celebrities. Getting inspiration is different, but criticizing ourselves by comparing, ourselves to them is different. It's like simple when you see that duck or swan on the, like, the water. It looks so beautiful, but if you see under, you see how much it is actually doing the work to float like that. And a lot of people come to me and say, I don't have time. Like, I'm too busy with the work. I have 9 to 6
Yeah.
job. It goes to 10, 11. But I want to lose weight. I want to follow vegan. I want to do intermittent fasting because some celebrity is doing it. And like they have time. They have their own trainers. They have their own routine. But they don't have 9 to 5, just like you. They might not have the responsibilities like you. So just make a routine which actually suits for your day, not like theirs. Of course, they
And
also do hard work. Yes.
yes. And it is also about priorities, Samriddhi.
Hmm.
See, they have prioritized their fitness, their health, their body, their food they eat. But the people who are talking about them, they don't have any of these things in their priorities list. This is just a fascination of having that body. See, it takes a lot of work to have that body, to have an amazing relationship with yourself and others, to have an amazing career. So people do not want to put in the effort, but they want the result. Is that possible? If I
Not at
plant a
all.
seed today and I want to reap the fruit tomorrow, is that possible?
And people say, okay, all this about philosophy, we want like, the results faster. But yeah, sometimes you just have to give that particular of time so that you get the fruits in a better way. Um, and when you're talking about being comfortable with who you are today, for example, even if you're not doing anything, or maybe wherever you are, but one question arises here is, if I'm become comfortable, comfortable for so much of the present life, how do I grow? I mean, won't that actually affect me negative? Because a lot of people think like this. The moment I accept myself like this, not doing anything or being slowed down, will that really help me to grow or take action?
Again, see the question which you started with, not taking action. And I told you excuses. Right? My friend, she did not start. After first also, she did not start.
Hmm.
So sometimes this becomes an excuse that my life is going so good. Why to take action? Why to do something extra? So, are you making this comfort in your life an excuse to do something extraordinary in your life? This is different than somebody who is continuously anxious, fearful about some or the other thing. So, as a pattern, are you practicing fear or comfort is a question. And you making this comfort as an excuse and not taking action is a different thing. Because some
That's
people are habitually fearful. Habitually means no matter what happens, they're scared.
hmm.
So they have learned this and they just apply it everywhere. Unconsciously, I would not say consciously they are fearful, but they have learned it. And unconsciously, that fear comes up. So for those people, it is important to practice comfort more.
I think this makes much more sense, and it's always like thin line difference between what you understand and how you use it. Exactly. So yeah, my favorite segment, as I always say that I'll tell you the first part of the sentence, and I would love you to complete the sentence. And
Okay.
the first part is, you don't need to have everything figured out before or maybe because.
Because you will figure it out on the way.
And it's okay to actually give that time to ourselves. We are just running to figure out
Yes.
everything at this
Because we
present moment.
have enough time. People think that I don't have time. We have time. Take your time and do the thing. Like do whatever it takes.
Okay. And what is that one thing you wish more people understand about self love?
Self love.
Yes.
Yes, that they can love themselves. It is not selfish. This is not something bad. We have learned since our early age that we should not think about ourselves. We should think about other people. But the more we love ourselves, we have actually love in ourselves so that we can actually give it to other people. See, if you come to me, come to my home and you ask for sugar because you have some guests at your home and I don't have any sugar at my home, will I be able to give you the sugar? No.
No.
So if I don't have love, will I be able to give it to somebody else? I'll be a beggar of love. Love de do, love de do, love de do. Because I don't have it. So do we want to be full of love, or we want to look at other people and ask for love? Decision is ours.
Well, right. And the most beautiful way to, end the show for me, it's like, asking self-love or maybe loving ourselves. It's not equal to being selfish because. So, what do you want to say?
Because loving ourselves is the most important thing. See, we are the only person who is going to be there until our last breath. We come with ourselves and we leave this world with ourselves. Nothing in between. Like, this is just some people come and go from our life. We are the only constant. So, love the person you're going to be until your last breath. We only sleep with ourselves and wake up with ourselves. Nobody else. There could be somebody, here and there. That is a different thing. But who do we actually wake up? Right?
Exactly.
So,
And remember, we are not asking you to don't love others. We are just asking you to love yourself the way you love others so that.
love yourself first and then love everybody else. Yes, of course, love others as well, but love yourself first.
Exactly. And that actually brings that vibration to love others, without any.
And actually, it is good for others because
Hmm.
somebody who loves themselves can only love others selflessly. See, this is also a wrong thing which we have learned from our parents or society. We actually need to love ourselves first, then only we can love other people more.
Very true. Very true. All right. So that's for this weekend. And Priyanka, thank you so much for being the part of this wonderful journey.
You're most welcome
And
and thank you so much. It was, I think, amazing conversation and I loved talking to you.
same here, same here. And that's what, like, kind of a lot of moments where it's like eye-opening because there are a lot of conversations that happen. And thanks for sharing those things with us very candidly. And as usual, I love the way you express yourself. And thanks for helping people who are watching to express the same way and unleash themselves, in this journey. And yeah, how was it for you?
Yes, thank you so much. I loved the conversation and the pleasure is all mine. I loved the whole experience.
Awesome. And I'll see you again. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Self growth is not always about becoming more. Sometimes it could be just being kind to yourself and learning from your mistakes and accepting your present version and growing from there. So this week, instead of asking how I can get more better, just ask yourself, can I be a little more kinder to myself while I grow so that you can be kind to others as well. This is Samridhi Space, the place to pause, reflect, and grow. I'll see you next week.